For most people living on the planet, having electricity is a given. Flip a switch and the lights turn on. But more than 1.5 billion people around the world go without power on a daily basis.
So every day people are still struggling to light their homes, and so more often than not they're still using candles and kerosene, the same sort of thing that you saw back in the Wild West with old lanterns, and these things are really dangerous. They emit so much smoke that it's about equivalent to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
Mike Lin is the CEO of Fenix International, a San Francisco startup working to solve the power problem in the developing world. He started by visiting small villages in Africa.
They were using car batteries. They would actually take a car battery either out of an old broken down car, charge it up in the nearest city, and then bring it back to their villages. And with that, they would charge phones, power radios, TVs, and all sorts of other things.
So Lin came back to the U.S. to re-engineer the car battery, encasing the lead acid in a leak-resistant plastic, and then adding plug-in adapters. He calls it the ReadySet. Brian Warshawski is the VP of Operations with Fenix.
So what can you do with this ReadySet?
Okay, so for starters, you have an LED light which uses 3 watts, and you can get maybe 12, 15 hours of light on a full battery charge. A CFL light, this one is a 5-watt bulb, so you can get about 10 hours of light on a full charge.
But it's not just for light.
It's not just for light. We can do cell phone charging, so USB is a alternative output. So we have CLA, this is standard car lighter adapters. Basically anything that you could plug into a cigarette lighter in the US, you could do here.
To recharge the battery, you can pedal on a stationary bike or use a mini solar panel that comes with the kit.
How long would it take to charge this up?
So
How long do you have to ride?
Almost full is about an hour from an empty battery. With solar, it's approximately an 8-hour day.
We had another question. Will the battery be able to withstand the extreme conditions in many developing countries?
I think the most important thing is we've actually gone to sub-Saharan Africa and we've put units in the field for months at a time. So there's some creepy crawlies that get in there, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally think about in a normal home in the West.
Lin says the greatest challenge for the company is getting their battery distributed to villages where they're needed most.
The infrastructure is not there, and so things like energy haven't been reaching these people. And so what we're doing is actually partnering with on-the-ground organizations.
But Lin and his team aren't only targeting developing countries. They also have plans to sell it in the U.S. in late 2011.
It can serve as an emergency power supply for that hurricane or that earthquake, that natural disaster. And also, if you wanted to live in a green fashion, you can have a completely off-grid digital lifestyle.
For SmartPlanet, I'm Priya David Clemens.